Hello everybody, this is Xenoblade23543 welcoming you back to Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. We are here with Fiora. We gotta go deliver Shulk some food. We're gonna ignore all these enemies, which have the little white icons above their head means that they are not going to attack us. The symbol means they're not going to attack us, and the white means that they're about our level, within 2 levels of us. I figured I may as well explain that while we're running. It's getting kind of late. But we found some lettuce. So we're going to pick up this lettuce off the ground. Just off of the stairs, you know. Red lettuce. A particularly spicy lettuce that kids are keen to avoid. I don't know what that was doing on the stairs, but we found it. And then on this section of path, we have a strong dandelion. I don't know what makes it not a weak dandelion, but sure. Strong dandelion. Known for its small black petals, the roots make a throat medicine. That's kind of interesting. I don't want to trigger the cutscene quite yet. Anyway, we also picked up a blue chain, which will finish the parts category. As you can see, these things are grayed out. They're not real boxes that we have to fill. We just have to fill in all these boxes, which are things we don't have. This is something I do have. These are things I've already put in, which we can see all the descriptions if we want. Anyway, we have a blue chain. Blue chain. Some kind of machine part or other. Looks old, but should be usable. Category complete. We get an Ether Up 2. What is this item? It's a gem. Basically, we can put this into a weapon or into our armor if it has a slot for a gem. And it'll increase the character's ether stat. Yeah. It's basically a modification, but it's not permanent. You can remove it from whatever equipment it's in and transfer it over to new equipment, so as long as there's a space for it, you can transfer it. There will be better gems. The 2 indicates its rank. It's only rank 2, so not the best. But we've made it to the park.
It's the only sword that's effective against the Mechon armor. They say that before time began, it was wielded by the Bionis.
Before time began?
The same Bionis that we all live on.
Pretty sure time existed.
It must have a secret. That's how Dunban was able to destroy so many Mechon. And why he lost the use of his right arm.
I love how the sepia tone
if I can just
is just a frame early and a frame late.
Shulk!
On turning on and off.
Fiora!
Oh well.
This is great. It tastes so good.
Really?
It's amazing.
Oh, Shulk, you say that every day.
Not quite. It's always delicious, but today it's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I used some special herbs and spices today. So if you said it was just the same as usual, I'd know for sure you had no sense of taste.
What?
Oh, nothing. Ah, the breeze feels so good.
Yeah.
I love how
I've forgotten what it feels
the
like.
sunset's actually showing
I
up
never
here.
thought it could be so quiet here.
You're spending too much time with Ryan. You're getting used to all the noise he makes.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah, it's so peaceful. You know, Shulk, I hope every day can be like this, always.
And that's the moment you know that every day will not be like this.
The debris siren.
Strange. There hasn't been
Love
much
that
falling
pink
lately.
sky. Freaking sunsets in this game are beautiful, and like one of the main reasons I wanted to record this was for the better graphic video quality, so that you could actually see the sunsets. because in
might
the
be
last
more on
LP
the
you
way.
could not see the sunsets.
The anti-air batteries
You also
can't
couldn't
protect us
read
out here.
dialogue if it was
Let's get back
night.
to the
It was
lab.
bad.
Okay.
Like, you couldn't read the dialogue boxes and see people at night at the same time. That should hopefully be fixed by this new recording setup. It's not that new of a recording setup, it's just better than what I was using before. Anyway. We got Affinity Cries, which mean that we can press B next to a party member to encourage them out of low tension. We can raise their tension, which effectively increases their hit rate. Tension affects hit rate and dodge rate. If you're at super low tension, you're just not going to hit, basically. This is how it goes. And then higher tension, you're going to hit more often. I think it might affect crit rate as well. I'm not sure. Help will cure a status ailment. But only specific status ailments like break and not break, but topple and daze and sleep and confuse. And there are heart-to-hearts. We get to see little scenes between characters. How nice. And we can change the party leader if we want. Shulk leveled up from discovering Outlook Park. We have another tutorial though. I keep thinking that that's the menu, but I keep forgetting that tutorials are written with the clock. It seems like they should be in our journal. We get hints, affinity during battle. We have battle start affinity. This does not actually improve affinity. It's misleadingly named. It just raises the party's tension, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Party tension is very good, but it's not that useful. I mean, it's like nice to get. It's good to get, but it's not like it's not making progress towards your affinity between your party members. However, burst affinity will improve the affinity of your party members, and it also fills up the party gauge. They say burst affinity increases it between the two party members. It actually increases your affinity between whichever party member triggered the burst affinity, which happens when a critical hit lands. I think it's either you deal a crit or you suffer a crit, or when one of your attacks misses or one of the enemy's attacks misses. We get burst affinity, which is awesome. It raises tension. It increases affinity with whoever triggered it, whoever got hit by the crit, did the crit, got missed or missed, basically, gets a little affinity bonus with the other two people in the party. The other two people in the party don't get it with each other. And for pressing it, if you hit the circle exactly, you get more tension and more affinity. That's how it works. And heart-to-hearts require a certain level of affinity. Anyway, how do we do this heart-to-heart? Well, I'm gonna walk up to this heart-to-heart. We're gonna cancel. It's called Sunrise in the Park. We can view the details of it in the heart-to-hearts list, which has just been opened up. We could totally skip this heart-to-heart, by the way. Ooh, before we do, I want to look up and show off the sunset. Where's the sun? You can't see the sun. Darn it. The sky is just... You can't see the sun here. Never mind. I was hoping to show off the sunset, but it's just the sky kind of fades to black. The sun basically goes behind a cloud. It turns off. This world is weird. Ooh, new item orbs. I'll pick these up before we get into this. We got a Dawn Hydrangea, that's new. I'll put that in. Why not? Dawn Hydrangea. Dawn Hydrangea. A yellow flower that brings good luck to the finder. Good for pressing. And we got a Poison Defense 3 gem. Useful. It reduces poison damage taken, which poison is a damage over time debuff, of course. Makes sense. It's the strongest one, I believe. Yeah, poison is the strongest DOT, but there are 4 DOTs in this game. Poison is being the strongest one. It deals 100% of the initial hit. Each tick. Most poison attacks don't deal as much damage on the initial hit, but it is still a pretty good DOT. But there's one in particular that can be really good, and you can get thousands of damage going per each tick. And it doesn't tick that, and it ticks pretty fast. So, like, it ticks fairly quickly, so it's a pretty good source of just reliable damage over time, which is nice. But we want to defend against that in case of enemies. That reduces, I believe, by 10%. It just reduces the damage that you take by 10%. Doesn't give you a chance to resist the status, just cuts the damage down a bit, which is still nice. I'll take the guaranteed reduction in damage. Anyway, now that it's nighttime, we're going to save quickly. The only file I have on this system is my clear data from my first LP. Has not been touched. Ignore all the characters there. Here we are. Less than an hour in. By the way, you can get to this heart-to-heart in 10 minutes if you're skipping all the cutscenes. That's how many cutscenes we've had. I mean, we are following the same route. I mean, we also opened the menu a bunch, but that's how much extra time the cutscenes, skipping all that cutscenes and a lot of the menuing saves. It's ridiculous. Anyway, now that we've saved, we're going to view this heart-to-heart. Because we're basically going to view all 4 options. I am going to be reading them all out loud. However, we're not going to actually save anything but the best option. So we're not going to start with anything but the option that I want. In this case, it's not the best option. Usually it will be. Hey Shulk, you remember that time we watched the sunrise right here? It was when we were quite young. Yeah, I remember. We came because you and Dunban, you had a big falling out. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Really, it had nothing to do with you. But I still dragged you out and made you stay up all night. I'm glad we did it, even though it was only that one time. We talked for hours and hours about all our hopes and dreams. And then you fell asleep on my arm as we looked up at the stars. Oh no! What? What is it? Oh, Shulk. I have this terrible feeling I said something really embarrassing. Like I wanted to get married? Shulk, you don't remember what I said back then? Kind of. I can't quite put my finger on it. Hold on. I know I'll get it. Oh, don't worry. No need to remember. Forget I even brought it up. Anyway, that's the end of that conversation. Let's talk about something else. Okay, whatever you say, Fiora. Yes, I think I pulled it off. He doesn't suspect a thing. I hope he remembers one day. But for now, it's just a bit too embarrassing. That's the best route of that heart-to-heart. We get heartwarming, except we're not going to actually keep that, so I'm not going to go over it. We will be getting it very soon, though. We'll be getting that achievement for real pretty soon. But we're going to go back in time. That's the nice route, but we don't want the nice route. That's not the canon route. We'll go with the next route. Wow, I'm going to be skipping through the dialogue a bit. Kind of summarizing it. Hey, you remember we watched the sunrise? Yeah, we came because you and Dunban had a falling out. Yeah, but yeah, I dragged you out here. I'm glad we did it. We talked a lot, and you fell asleep. Oh no. I probably said something embarrassing. Do you remember what I said? You wanted to go fishing. Did I? I guess I might have said that, but I'm talking about something else. No, you definitely said you wanted us all to go fishing. So we went the next day. You, me, and Ryan. You caught the biggest fish. I'll never forget the size of it. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, it was fun. We had a great time, didn't we? Shulk, you've really forgotten about it. I just hope you remember one day. Yeah, we get a slightly different thing. It's kind of funny. We have to do these loads because you cannot view a heart-to-heart multiple times because otherwise these would be absurdly powerful for affinity grinding. Because you get 300 from a neutral route, like the one we just did, 400 from the best route, and 200 from the worst route. Each level is about 1,000 points. Fairly significant. Also, we start with 500. So yeah, getting the best route on this would basically put Shulk and Fiora pretty much at the next stage of Affinity. We came because I invited you. You don't remember, do you? And since when have you ever invited me to do anything? Oh, I could have sworn that was what happened. No, silly. Oh my. Excuse me. Okay. I'm better now. That was interesting. There was not a voice crack. That was like my stomach trying to disagree with me and me just a little bit of heartburn. It's fine. We're fine. I had a big fight with Dunban and ran out of the house. Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. If I'm remembering right, you wanted to marry me? Shulk, I can't believe you! Shoot, this is the one I wanted. That was canon. Whatever. Okay, I might have said some stuff about wanting to be your bride. But you promised you'd forget about it. I'm sorry, Fiora. I couldn't resist. I mean, if I'm honest, I quite liked the idea of you being my bride. Shulk, don't get any funny ideas in your head. I was just a kid. I barely even knew what a bride was. He still remembers. Oh, Shulk. So that's our canon route. We get heartbreaking. I'm gonna reload the save to show the other route. And then we're gonna reload and go back. And I'm gonna do that route again off screen. Because it's pretty much the end of the video at this point. I don't want to make this video too long. Oh, the bad thing about showing all the routes of the heart-to-hearts is the heart-to-heart videos will... If there's a heart-to-heart in a video, it's going to take forever. So, that's just how it's going to be. We're going to do the last route of Sunrise in the Park. I'm going to kind of skip through this a bit. Yeah, we watched the sunrise. We came because I invited you. And Fiora's like, that's wrong. I think she had a fight. Yeah, Shulk's remembering, right? Even I got shouted at. That's, yeah. Yeah, Dunban was pretty angry. But I shouldn't have said what I was going to run away from home. You really had him shaken up. He was worried about you. I know. I'm sorry. You didn't have to stay with me all night. Of course I did. Besides, it was fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. That's what we missed. Anyway. I know we're not over the 20-minute mark, but we're at 19 minutes and something, so... That's gonna be good enough. We're gonna end this off here. Next time, we will advance the plot more, because we're not quite done with the plot yet. We're almost done. Well, for now. We've almost made it to the point where I want to start doing a whole bunch of side questing. You know, we should equip our gem at least. Our 2 gems. We can't equip Poison Defense, that has to go in an armor slot, and we don't have any of those. But I'm going to give Shulk this ether. Up. so now he has more ether. And we get an achievement. We'll go over this one. That hits the slot. Filled a gem slot for the first time. Anyway. I'm gonna go redo that heart-to-heart on the worst path, and I'll meet you after that. So, I'll see you then.